inch away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Marchman Show. I'm Adam Bell along with Coach Marchman. Thank you for joining us here on a beautiful afternoon, Wednesday afternoon here in Charlton County at Indian Field. Coach, welcome back.
Thank you. Beautiful day today.
All right. We've got a lot to go over. Playoffs coming up. Had a lot of big region games just a few weeks ago. But first, I want to welcome a brand new sponsor to Charlton Sportsnet, Charlton Tire and Repair. They joined us this week, and we're excited about that. Glad to have them.
That's great. The more the merrier. Always good to have more sponsors. And I was just at Charlton Tire 2 weeks ago, and they did a good job. So I'm glad to have them on board.
Yeah, I know they have my son's truck right now.
Oh, good, good.
AJ's got a problem with his anti-theft system of all things, and they're working on that. So anyhow, we appreciate Charlton Tire and Repair for joining us. We look forward to a long and lasting relationship. All right, Coach, let's dive into the last couple of weeks. Well, we had a 7-game stretch, went undefeated, but we had some close ball games mixed in there. Hilliard 3-2 down there. Tight ball game that day.
It was, that was our first game coming back from spring break, hats off to them. They played a good game. We just didn't, we had a full long day of practice before that, but we were a little bit rusty because we gave the guys a few days off for spring break, and we were fortunate enough to get the win. But I'd like for us to have played a little bit better in that game. But when you're on the road and you find a way to win in a close ball game, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for us. But there was a little bit of rust there for sure.
Yeah. The very next night you come back, you and I talked about the Telfair thing in our coaches show last time. Next night you come back, Telfair, 10 innings and just a grueling game that Friday night.
Yeah, that game seems like it was a month ago. It seems like it was so long ago because it was, such a long game. We played several times since then. Once again, the spring break blues. Fortunately, we got good pitcher performance that day, and once again, 10 innings, we were able to pull it out at the end. Didn't play that well, but just found a way in the end to win, and that's a good quality for a baseball team. So I'm proud of our guys for finding a way, even after not being so sharp at the plate, and our approaches weren't very good that night. But in the close games, and you find a way to win, it's a good thing. So I was proud of them for that.
I know we've talked about them. I still think, from the outside looking in, they're better than their power ranking.
Yeah, they played us tough twice. I haven't seen them play anybody else, but I know in the 2 games they played against us, they've given us some good games. So, I don't know how to explain it, but they've given us a hard time, that's for sure.
That out of schedule's telling on them, isn't it? A little bit with the power ranking, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't really speak to them, and I haven't seen them against other opponents. I just know that, we get everybody's good shot, though, I think, and that's good. That's good for us. It makes us more competitive and more prepared and things like that, and we expect people to play hard against us. So, as far as Telfair goes, I really can't say anything about the rest of their schedule. I just know that they play well against us.
All right. Moving on, that Saturday, I believe this was a makeup game versus Lanier, right? It was a rain out earlier in the year.
Right, it was.
Went there and beat them 8-2.
A little bit better approach in that game at the plate. We had some key hits, which we were lacking in the extra innings game with Telfair and the close 3-2 game with Hilliard. So, I thought we were turning the corner right there at that Lanier game, playing at their place on a Saturday. following spring break. So I thought we were about to turn the corner and the bats are about to get hot again. But we played a good game. We played a good game against against Lanier, and I was proud of our performance there.
All right. Coming back, the Turner game. I wasn't able to make that game. I had a out-of-town thing going on for me. I understand that was a tough match, back and forth.
Yeah, like I said, the Lanier game, it looked like we were about to turn the corner and really turn it on with the bats and get some things going, but it just didn't happen. The Turner played us tough. We made some big mistakes in that Turner game that kept them hanging around. Finally, once again, at the end, like I said, you got to be proud of them for finding a way to win these games in the end. It doesn't matter who the opponent is, you got to win the game. And this is a time when I thought that we were going to be a little more effective offensively. But once again, we did just enough to win the game. But that's better than the other side of it, doing just enough to lose the game. So
another great game, another win, obviously. The game I have highlighted, just from a personal standpoint, another big achievement here at Indian Field for you, Coach, and the Indians. Defeat Eccles County 10-0, but the big story there was region champions. You clinched it that night.
Yes, we did, and we didn't celebrate it that night, basically because last year we celebrated our region championship as soon as we clinched, and the next game we proceeded to get our butts kicked by Atkinson County. So we were going to wait to celebrate that for the last game of the season. It's a huge accomplishment for our players. I'm very proud of them, especially the young team that we have. That was our goal to start the season off, was to be region champs. Beating Eccles, not only beating them, but beating them in a way that I expected us to play. I expect us to come out and get something going early, set the tone, especially at home defensively, throw a lot of strikes, play good defense, get in, score a couple runs, so on and so forth. And that game versus Eccles, that was the game that I've been waiting to see all spring break. Just a good offensive game, a good defensive game, a good pitching game, run the bases well, and we really played well in that Eccles game, and I was proud of them. And we clinched the region championship.
It was nice clinching the region championship here at home. I know the home crowd, they love that.
It is nice, and like I said, last year we celebrated it right as soon as we clinched, and then we got beat up the next game we played. So we're going to celebrate that region championship on Friday night for senior night.
This Friday?
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal. We'll be sure and have that. We'll have that covered.
That'd be great.
All right, Friday night, Irwin County. I didn't know where the baseball field was. I went straight to the high school, pouring down rain. I didn't think y'all were going to play it, but you got it in. Huge game Friday night against Irwin.
Once again, this Eccles game and the Irwin game are probably two of the games that I'm the most proud of our team for. And it's because Eccles game is what I've been waiting to see from them, as far as putting the whole game together. And then the Irwin game was some tough circumstances. We're playing at Irwin. It's raining. The field was a sloppy mess, and we played excellent defense. I mean, excellent defense in a sloppy, wet field. We had key hits. We got a fantastic pitcher performance, and it was all on the road against a good Irwin team. That's a much improved team from last year, and they're going to finish second in our region. So I was very proud of not only the way we played, but how we played in those conditions, and also playing well against a good team at their field. So I was proud of them.
They did an incredible job getting that thing ready. I know when I found out, I got it behind Mr. Chesser. Followed him over the field to do the webcast, pulled into the parking lot, and looking at the parking lot, I'm going, there's no way.
Yeah. Walk
up to the field, and y'all were warming up.
Yeah, it was very wet field, and like I said, that just makes me a little more proud of how our guys played. We just played excellent defense in a very sloppy conditions. It was really good job that night.
Last night, right here at home, Adco, 5-4 in extra innings. Coach, the Tribe gave us all a heart attack last night.
Well, the Indians versus the Indians, right, in that one, and I really don't have a lot of good things to say about that game, except for, once again, in the end, we found a way to win the game, and that's the best thing I can say about that game. You know, we had a very hard time executing anything we wanted to do. We were struggling running bases properly. We were struggling getting bunts down. We were struggling with the hit and run. We were struggling with two-strike hitting. We were struggling with our defensive play. We were fortunate to be able to find a way at the end to win that game. And, you know, Jack Gowan did a great job on the mound. I think he struck out 11, so that takes some pressure off the defense. And then Tyler Chester comes in to get the win, actually, in extra innings. I think he struck out 3 and pitched 1 inning. So, you know, our 2 pitchers did a good job of keeping us in the game. Our offense, we had key hit from Andrew Chester, who we're going to hear from later on. We got a key hit from Quentin Lambert. Both of those guys responsible for 4 RBIs. And then Tyler Chester, who ended up being the winning pitcher, was able to drive in the winning run in the end there. So we didn't play a very good game, and it's exactly what I told them inside the clubhouse. But we did find a way to win at home, and that was the final region game. And it's always a great feeling when you go 16-0 in the region. So.
And they fought hard last night to pull out that win. But obviously that's a sign of a region champion. You found a way. Got it done. I know we had bases loaded a couple of times. I've never seen this before in the same game, almost the exact same it was the same players. Intentionally walked twice in the game. Tyler Chester at bat both times at the end of that intentional walks. I've never seen that twice in one game.
Well, it just makes it easier on the defense. I mean, if you have trust in your pitcher, he's going to throw strikes. What he was doing, he was just setting up a force at every base. With the game-winning run on third base, you got to cut down that runner at the plate, and you got to tag him. But if you load the bases, you cut the runner down at the plate with a force play. You just got to tag the bag. So it was a good strategic move, I thought, and it worked the first time. But fortunately for us, we were able to get the hit the second time. Good job by Tyler.
It was a battle down here at the plate, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Last night?
Definitely. It was.
I know we've added a camera shot. And we have the one up here that we just added this year. I put 2 out there, and I had 1 right here behind home plate. So I was getting those plays at home. Some exciting plays at home last year. Yes, I did.
Did he drop the ball?
He was safe.
Yep, that's what I thought.
He was safe. Yep. I mean, we're not supposed to talk about the officiating, but he was safe.
Yeah, I thought he was. And of course, you can go back and watch that webcast. There was some argument about that. But, you know, the officiating, it is what it is. It's, you know, it's one of those things you can't really do much about, but that was one play that I was interested to see, and I didn't get a chance yet today to look at it, but I'm going to go back and look at a couple of plays during that game, some calls that were made just out of curiosity.
He was all over the plate, Coach.
Yeah, that's good.
But, you know, I know we're not supposed to discuss too much about the officiating side of the ball, but I don't think either squad was really too happy with the way things were called last night.
Well, you know, once again, I don't want to speak for someone else, and officiating's tough business. It's not easy to do because it seems like everybody's against you. And I appreciate what those guys do for us, the officials. It's just, you know, it's just sometimes.
Where did that come from?
Big wind, yeah. It's just that sometimes, of course, as the coach, you see it a little different than the official does, but they have a tough job to do, and I appreciate their job. It's just sometimes I have to get out there and talk to them about it, though, so I can't help that. But, you know.
I know I'm glad I wasn't part of the crew because there was a lot of close calls last night. You might have been yelling at me last night, Coach.
Yeah, perhaps I would have. There were a lot of close calls, yes.
All right, moving on to we're going to talk a little bit about the region standings, but I want to save most of the talk for after the Andrew Chester segment.
Okay.
But right now, we're obviously 16-0 in the region. 3 games behind us is Irwin at 11-4, then Clinch, Telfair, and Lanier.
Mm-hmm. Looks like all those teams are going to find their way into the state playoffs. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams in the state playoffs from our region. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of our region doing well and representing Region 2A in the state playoffs. So they've made it tough on us, but fortunately we found a way to finish first in the region, which was our goal. So from here on out, until they have to play us again, I wish those guys a lot of luck in our region.
I know it's another great season here in Charlton County. I'm still I'm hung up on that tailpair thing. I don't know. That's just me. I got a personal thing with that, I guess. I don't even know anybody there.
Yeah.
But anyhow, when we come back, we're going to have Andrew Chesser.
Okay.
Spotlight. So give us a couple of minutes. We're going to go to some commercials, pay some sponsors. Our sponsors are going to get some recognition, rather.
We can only hope
And,
that he's as
we'll be
entertaining as Austin Knowles was. That's all we can hope for right now.
All right. Well, we'll be right back with Andrew Chesser.
Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation has been providing quality electric service at a competitive price to residential, commercial, and industrial customers in southeast Georgia and northeast Florida since 1939. For tips and advice on how to save electricity and stretch your energy dollars, call 1-800-262-5131 and speak to your marketing representative. We are a cooperative owned by those we serve.
You know, I can't hear. We go to church together. You know, I'm deaf. So when you stop talking, I'll ask another one.
Okay.
You know, we'll just kind of, just a general conversation, nothing, you know.
Yes, sir.
I'll try not to embarrass you.
That's fine. I don't care.
Oh, we're back. I thought I had that thing looping. Anyway, welcome back to the Coach Marchman Show. And as everyone knows now, I'm not going to embarrass you. Nothing like a live broadcast, I'll tell you what. Andrew, welcome to the show, man.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Senior Andrew Chesser, 4 home runs this season, man. Tell us about that grand slam.
Well, I was just trying to get the runner in from third. I was just trying to do that job. I wasn't thinking about hitting a home run. It just happened. I just 2-0 count, and I was looking for something to drive.
I know the other day we had a ribbon cutting ceremony over here at the batting cages. We gave Dr. Larcy credit for your grand slam. We had him in the batting cage, and I clipped it all together. I hope you didn't mind me.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Pretty funny.
I haven't had a chance to talk to Dr. Larcy. Is he running around saying he hit a grand slam now? Have we heard anything? He's the superintendent of the schools, by the way. Andrew, talk about the transition. You're a senior on the ball club. This will be your final year at Indians baseball. It's been a great run while you're here. 4 region championships with you on the team.
Yes, sir. I just like to win. That's what I'm out here to do. Just win.
Yeah.
Just trying to lead these young guys. Just win more games.
Just talk about like last year being injured. You know.
Well, last year I wasn't really able to play. I had my knee surgery, and it just really hurt to be out here. And I wish I was, but it just hurt a lot. I'm glad I'm out here now, though.
I know it's pretty awesome to look out there and know you're a part of those whiteboards out there in center field, huh?
Yes, sir. It's something special.
I know you put one over that scoreboard that night. That was some hit.
Yes,
that was
sir.
some hit over there in the pine trees out there. What's that, about 360 feet, Coach? Over the scoreboard and everything?
Over the scoreboard, it's probably a little better than that.
Yeah.
A little better than that.
It's a nice shot. And then on Friday night in Irwin, in that horrible weather before the game, you hit one out, and I made the comment, I went to Fitzgerald. I don't know where that thing landed, but it was flying.
Yeah, I got a good pitch on that, and I just looked to drive it. That's what happened.
Yeah, that was a 2-run shot in the 4th, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It was.
Put us up 8-1 at that point, I believe, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yep. Big hit, great game. How are things going off field? Everything going good for you?
Yes, sir. Everything's going good. Going good.
Yeah. We're getting some looks. Getting some looks yet? Get anything going on?
No, sir.
Oh, we're gonna have to fix that, man. We'll put the word out.
Andrew's going to be the starting pitcher senior night, Friday night.
Friday night.
Starting pitcher.
Andrew, you're gonna be starting pitcher. You heard it live here on the Coach Marchman Show.
Yes, sir. Just looking
Make
forward
a
to it.
statement Friday night.
Yes,
Wheeler County.
Right.
Wheeler County coming to town Friday night. You'll be the starter.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have that live for you, man, so you can go back 10 years from now, show your kids, hey, there's Daddy right there getting it done.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm planning to do on those home runs as well.
So that's the cool thing about you guys coming up. Y'all can, as y'all get older, y'all can go back. When my kids, they don't believe anything I say anymore, so I don't have video to tell them, hey, I did this and so. You guys grow up, you want to know something? I did this and I've got proof. Here you go.
Yes, sir.
Bragging rights over the youngins way back when.
Right, and give them a little bit of motivation.
All right, Andrew, listen, I appreciate you joining us. Anything you want to discuss or anything?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you what all you do for us.
Well, I appreciate you doing it. I know your mom and dad are huge supporters of Indians baseball and everything. Karen, Joe.
Yes, sir.
They're blessed. They're a blessing not only here on the ball field, but a blessing at church as well. So y'all are a fantastic family.
Thank you. It means a lot.
All right, man. We'll be right back with the final segment of the Coach Marchman Show right after these messages. Folkestone Auto Supply, located at 4439 2nd Street North in Folkestone, Georgia, is owned and operated by the Dasher family. They have everything you need bumper to bumper for domestic and foreign car parts. Big truck operators, they have you covered as well. Hoses, seals, welding supplies, and so much more. They even have lawnmower parts, blades, and accessories. Stop by today and see the whole crew. Big Sammy, Little Sammy, Miss Pam, Miss Joe, Stephen, and Ashton. Folkestone Auto Supply is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Hi, I'm Stetson Bennett from Bennett's Hometown Pharmacy in Folkestone, Georgia, where we love you and we need you. Here at Bennett's Pharmacy, we want to be your pharmacy. We offer a full line of prescription drugs, a full line of vitamins and over-the-counter products, and we have tremendous service. We will take the time to counsel you on your medication. We'll even call your doctor to see if we can save you some money. At Bennett's Pharmacy, we support all student athletes in Charlton County. This spring, it's baseball, track, golf, and tennis. Get out and support these young men and women that will be the next leaders in our community. Bennett's Hometown Pharmacy. Remember, shop at home. It makes a difference.
TNT Building Supply is located about a half mile past US 1 and the 301 split, north of Folkestone, right next to Taylor Timber Company. They have everything you need for your home improvement projects, with a wide selection of lumber, hardware, millwork, plumbing, and electrical supplies, concrete and masonry, power and hand tools, nails, and roofing supplies. They also have a large selection of mobile home hardware. TNT Building Supply is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet. Folkestone Auto Supply, located at 4439 2nd Street. Welcome back to the Coach Marchman Show. I'm Adam Bell along with Coach Marchman. Just had Andrew Chesser on, Coach. 4 home runs this year, big contributor to the team.
Yeah, I was trying to get Andrew to talk about, the fact that he had to miss his junior year due to the knee surgery. So it makes for him having a good season even that much more special because he's able to be out here now after this year. I feel like he would have helped us a lot last year if he could have been with us. But now he's doing a great job. He's leading the team in batting average, RBIs, home runs. So he is a huge contributor offensively, and he's doing a good job on the mound as well. So we're glad to have him.
Yeah. I know he's had a heck of a season with the home runs, the grand slam. That was a huge grand slam that night. And then the other night in Irwin. Hopefully we can see some more of that during the postseason.
Heck yeah. The instant offense is always a good thing. So he continues to work on his swing and try to do the things we ask him to, and I appreciate that. And it seems like he's becoming a better hitter as the season goes along. And that's what we want to see.
And Friday night he gets the start, like you were saying just a moment ago.
And it's senior night. He's a senior. He's one of our two seniors on the squad, and it's not going to be his first start. He's been a contributor to our pitching staff, an important contributor as well. And so, as a matter of fact, he came in against Wheeler last time we played him, and I think he pitched 5 or 6 strong innings. So we're looking for him to do a good job for us, and I'm proud to have him on the mound for being senior night. I think it gives us a good chance to win, and I know his teammates are going to be playing hard for him. And Travis Cribbs will be out there as well, who's also another senior of ours. So we look forward we look to a good pitch performance from Andrew and a good team effort as well. Not only because of senior night, but playing at home is something that we take a lot of pride in. We want to really play well at home and give our fans a good show and come away with a W.
We look forward to webcasting, and we appreciate you guys having us along all year long.
Sure.
And we have a ball doing it. It's most games we've ever done. I think we're over 28 now with Coach's Show, JV, and Bethune, and you guys.
Well, you hit on it earlier when you were talking to Andrew that that it's something that you or I probably didn't have as access to, where he can look back. These guys 10, 15 years down the road, they can look back and see themselves play and watch on TV and hear themselves interviewed. I mean, that's just a fantastic thing, man. It's great. This is a wonderful resource, and I'm just tickled to death that we have this, that you are doing this for us, and that people want to sponsor and people want to be a part of it. It's just a great thing. It's a good thing for our community. It's good for the players. It's good for our booster club. It's just something that I think the players are proud of. I know I'm proud of, and I think you should be proud of it too. It's a very good thing.
We're definitely following you guys all the way through the playoffs. Wherever you go, we're going to be right there with you.
That's great. That's great. We'll be glad to have you.
All right. Let's dive into the playoffs since we brought it up now. Senior night, we've already gone over that. Playoffs, the region standings, we touched on it a moment ago. We're number 1, ranked number 2, the power rankings. And the region champions get the first how many spots? 8?
Depends on how many region champs there are. Because if they're public and private schools in one region,
that's right.
And say the private school won that region, well, they would get the top seeding in the private end. So it looks like we're going to have 3, maybe 4 region champs on the public side. The 2 spots probably where we're going to end up. You can't be sure. I mean, we still have another game to play that we have to win, and there's a lot of the teams who have 2 or 3 games to play. So it's really hard to tell. But you can imagine the higher up you are, you figure the better off you're going to be, because that's the higher you are, the more likely you are to play at home. And that's what we want to do. We want to play at home as much as we possibly can. So right now we're number 2.
So at number 2, if it holds at number 2, we should have home field advantage all the way through to possibly state championship, depending on what happens with the current number 1 Schley.
That's accurate. I mean, that's kind of jumping way ahead, and I don't want to assume anything. But if everything was to work out the way it is, 1 and 2, that would be true. We'd be at home until the very end if we were able to continue to win.
Now, something when I was checking on this pregame, Coach, I went over to Region 4, what they're reporting so far, what was published by GHSA this morning. Mm-hmm. Schley currently is reporting 11-0 in the region up there. There were 8 or 9 teams in their region. Mm-hmm. Only 3 other teams had winning records. The rest were below 500. In no way they were reporting all those games. Some of those teams weren't even reporting 9 games yet.
Right.
So I was interested when they start reporting, because GHSA requires that, correct?
That's
before
correct.
Playoffs. That could really alter that number 1 spot.
I guess it could, but I'm going to tell you right now, Schley's a good team, and they've played some good teams. So I don't know how much that number is going to change, but you're right. The games have to be not only reported, but the games have to be played. A lot of teams are picking up games and dropping games and things like that, and that's just something that we don't do. We set our schedule, we play our schedule. That's how we've always done it. So that's something for Georgia High School to handle. That's something that I just kind of stay away from. These are high school coaches. I expect them to do the right thing and to play their games and to report their games and scores and things like that. So these other schools will have to report though, because they have to be accounted for each game, so the power numbers can be accurate. So I expect them to do what they're supposed to do.
Well, we don't know who our opponent's going to be at, because I know there'll be an appeal process next week for teams who choose to appeal the power rankings.
Well, it's not over yet. The season's not over. I mean, we still have a regular season game to go. I know some teams still have 4 games to play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the regular season's not over yet. The regular season officially ends this Saturday. We play our last regular season game on Friday.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. The first game, state playoff, according to what I have on the calendar, scheduled for Friday the 29th.
That's correct.
Doubleheader that night, or one? Double?
Double.
And then Saturday if necessary.
There'll be one game, right.
And those times will be determined, I guess, later when opponents determined.
Yeah, we got to figure out who the team's going to be that we're playing in that coach and I'll talk, and we'll come up with the best times to play, and at that point we'll get it out there and let everybody know about it. But yeah, that's still on down the road a little bit. Probably another week or so before we figure all that out.
This will be a 4th year straight, 5th year straight we'll host the first round here? 5th? 5th year straight.
Yeah.
And I think CSN's been a part of every year. We did it the first year, right? Yeah, 2011? I think so.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a fun run.
Yeah, it has.
I know I owe a lot of the success to CSN, to the baseball, because, when we started with baseball first. We didn't have football yet. They were still at the radio station. Mm-hmm. And when you guys hit that run, I mean, CSN just went right with y'all. And I owe a lot of the success to CSN, to the baseball program here.
Thank you. That's great. I mean, for that to happen, I mean, you have to be winning games. So I'm just proud of the teams that we've had and the players to help us put up those banners and to give you a reason to cover us and to give people a reason to watch us.
Yeah. I know I was out there with a pickup truck and a pop-up tent that first year. Remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah. Now you got that sweet little stand out there. You should show people that. That thing's pretty cool. So.
We moved on up thanks to people like Grover and Andy. We moved on up since then.
This is true. Yes, it's good. It's good to have people like that around who can not only help to build a better facility, but just a better environment, not only for our players, but for the stands, the opposing teams, and just whoever wants to be a part of this gorgeous place. So.
I know it's been fun. I've had a ball doing it. Look forward to many more years with you guys.
Yeah, sounds exciting. Coming out here, to the baseball game, it's just a good atmosphere for everyone. And what we're going to do on Friday, we're going to have, not only is our senior night, but we're also going to have teacher appreciation night that night, because we scheduled it before the day after a day after the kids were out of school, so they weren't able to invite the teachers.
We'll have it all.
But we will do that Friday night, so the teachers will be out here and they'll be wearing their students' jerseys and things like that. And then also on that night, we'll have the region championship presentations with the trophy.
Prior to game, after game?
After.
Okay.
After the game. We'll have the trophy presentation and the medals and things like that. So if you can come out on Friday at 6 o'clock, senior night, to watch us play against Wheeler County, that'd be great. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So Friday
night's going to be a busy night.
Busy night Friday night. Yeah.
A lot of excitement, building up for the playoff.
It's the last regular season game of the season. Yeah.
Coach, I don't know what it is about Charlton County, but everything around here in spring is in some sort of state competition. Tennis, Coach Larry Carter. First time in a long time, the boys tennis team, they're headed to state. They will play Drew Charter Saturday at Drew Charter.
Yeah. Look, let's win at everything. If we can win at everything, let's win at everything. And hats off to them. I don't think the tennis team's done had a lot of success in the past, because I don't remember hearing a lot about it. But this is just a fantastic thing for our school. Our school to be represented in another sport in the state playoffs. So that's great.
He's doing a fine job with that tennis team. That's something. I mean, I never get over how the kids here, not only they're good athletically, but they're also good students.
Well,
I mean, they keep it balanced. I mean,
Well,
you have one or two, you always got to worry about, but they apply themselves on and off the field.
That's good, and out here especially, they have to get it done in the classroom. If not, they'll find themselves in some trouble. So, take pride in the fact that the students want to do well in the classroom, but we also make sure it's an emphasis that they do well in the classroom.
Moving on, Coach, we've got Coach Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Boys golf, they won the area again. I believe it's the third year straight.
Yeah.
7th time straight they're in the state playoffs, in the state tournament. They're headed to Augusta on May 16th.
Once again, from tennis to golf, and Coach Murray and I, we have lunch together a lot, and we always talk about those guys on the golf course, and usually we're sharing stories about how different schools interact with us. Like we played Gordon Lee here, in baseball. At the same time, they were playing Gordon Lee in a golf tournament. So those things are fun to talk about. And what's exciting is that we're having this success in other sports as well. It's just exciting. Brings a lot of buzz to this time of year, and it's just great to see student athletes doing well.
You could donate a whole night just to honor all these guys between the baseball, tennis, golf, and even track. Coach Shepard has Bryant Sloan, Tion Burrows, Toby Dasher, and I hope I don't hurt this name, Shanazy Bryant. I may be saying that wrong.
Yeah,
Shanazy Bryant. I apologize if I messed up the name.
No,
they're headed to state, sectionals and state.
Charlton County's had a lot of success in track and field over its, since going way back. So that's not surprising at all. But tennis, golf, track, baseball, all going on in the spring. A lot of success happening for each one of those programs. And I'm just excited for the students who get to be involved in this, who get to be a part of such a high-end competitive type situation. So it's just great for our school.
Yeah, it's great for the
Something to be
school.
proud of,
I mean,
that's for sure.
It's unreal the success this school has, because this is not an easy region.
No.
Region 2 in every sport, you got to battle.
Yeah.
I mean, like with baseball, you guys, we're fighting Irwin, Clinch, and Telfair constantly.
This is true. Yeah, it hasn't been easy. That's for sure.
So, great job by all those coaches. Coach Murray, congratulations to Coach Murray, Coach Carter, and Coach Shepard, and you, Coach Marchman, on number 5.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you hopefully next week.
Maybe we can
always
get one in right. Maybe either right before the state playoff game, because that way we can let everybody know what the shake-up is and all that kind of stuff. So maybe we can do one right before we play that first round of the state playoffs.
All right, we'll have a playoff special.
There you go. Sounds good.
All right. Yeah. Coach, thank you again as usual. I know you're ready to get out there and get them boys to work. Get them ready for Wheeler County Friday night.
Yes, sir. That's what we're going to do.
All right. Thank you for watching the Coach Marchman Show. We'll see y'all Friday night live, senior night, all kind of stuff going on. Region trophy presentation. Andrew Chester on the mound. Seniors pregame.
Yeah.
So busy night Friday.
That's it. Final regular season game of the season. So good night to come out.
All right. Friday, 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock Friday night. Thank you for watching the Coach Marchman Show.